This is an IELTS speaking test simulation. Hi, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Can I ask what your name is?
My name is David Matthews.
Hi, David. And can you tell me a little bit about your home life?
Well, I'm currently a student at the moment, and I'm sharing with 3 housemates. And I'm currently an apprentice chef as well, doing that as well. Yeah.
All right. Okay, how's it going with the flatmates?
Really good, really good.
Yeah?
We're a really close-knit unit. We went to the same uni together.
And whereabouts is that?
In Ascot Vale,
Okay.
cute little suburb, yeah.
Oh, great. All right, now we're going to start with part 1 of the simulation. We're going to talk about the future. What job would you like to have 10 years from now?
I'd love to own my own restaurant in about 10 years because food is a huge passion of mine. And I come from a family who love to cook. Like my dad taught me all the ropes and everything. And he's like, oh, you should get an apprenticeship in being a chef. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And I've been loving it so far.
Oh, great. How useful would English be for your future?
I think it'd be very useful in my future because English as a language is quite universal. Quite a few people know it. But also if I'm like traveling, I think it'd also be good if I learned other languages on the side as well, so I can really broaden my way of speaking with other people.
How much travelling do you hope to do coming up?
I'd love to travel around Europe one day. Need to save up for that travel money though. But I'd love to go around Europe and just go around and just see all the sites and also try all their food, because European food is.
Yeah. How do you think that your life will change in the future?
I'm not really sure, because I'm quite someone who's sporadic and spontaneous, and I go with the flow. So I don't really like to think how it would change all that much.
Now we'll move on to part 2 of the speaking test. I'd like you to describe a book that you really enjoyed reading and one that really made you think a lot. You should say what this book was, why you decided to read it, what reading this book made you think about, and explain why you enjoyed reading this book. You'll have to talk for 1 to 2 minutes, and you'll have 1 minute to take some notes. There you go, pen and paper. Okay, great. Time's up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, let me hear about this book that you chose.
So recently I've been reading The Art of War because my dad said that it's a really good book to read because it helps you think about tactical thinking and thinking of different strategies to help with your lifestyle and everything. And he's had the book for about 30 years and he reads it like every single day just to help him get back in tune with, you know, how to pull off tasks effectively and accomplish huge goals without getting overwhelmed with stress and everything. And so I was like, okay, I'll have a crack at the book. I'll see what it's like. And for me, it's been really, really helpful because I want to own a restaurant in a few years. And so with that, it comes with huge goals that you need to be able to effectively execute in order to run a business really well. And because I'm someone who's quite sporadic and spontaneous, it really helps me hone down on like what I need to focus on. And even though spontaneity is great, it gives you surprise in your life, you know, a bit of fun, it can lead you astray from what you really need to do. And so because of that, The Art of War has really helped me put into perspective how I should accomplish my goals, how I should execute these tasks. And if I want to run a few more businesses, this book really helped me hone in that focus and really show me how I can do that.
Anything else that it made you think about?
It also made me think about how, because I am someone who goes with the flow of life. And I don't like to have a strategy. And I always thought like, oh, if you plan too much, it's going to be too stressful. But with the book, it made me realize, no, if you have that laser focus and you're able to do tactical thinking, then you can execute those tasks effectively without getting stressed because you know what you're doing and you're on a path that will help you do that.
Okay, excellent. Now we'll move on to part 3 of the speaking test. We're going to talk about children and reading. What are the most popular types of children's books in your country?
So I grew up in Dubai, and we had a lot of American children's books in our local libraries. And one of the most popular ones specifically was The Hungry Caterpillar, where he travels around and eats through all of this different stuff, and I really loved that book. And quite a few of my friends actually read that book as well. So we'll look back and reminisce on that one book.
And what are the benefits of parents reading to their children?
It really creates a bond between the parent and the child, and I think also it would be easier for the child to be willing to learn to read with them because they'll be with their mum or dad and they'll be comfortable with trying to read from a book and everything. And also, it's actually just a good time, it's a good quality time between the child and the parent.
Do you think parents should let children choose which books they read?
To a certain extent, I think they should give their children the freedom to explore different genres of books and everything. But also with that, a sort of guidance with choosing their books, because there are weird books out there, and so they don't want to go towards that route. But yeah, I think ultimately they should freely explore to an extent.
Okay. Now switching to electronic books. How popular are electronic books in your country?
Very popular. To the point where, because I have a younger cousin in primary school, and they're already using iPads to write all their notes and everything, which is, I guess, kind of okay, but it's also why,
What are the advantages of parents reading electronic books to their children compared to printed books?
I think it's easier to access with an electronic book because it's all there for you. You don't need to go searching for a physical copy of a book. You can just search on the internet online and buy one, and then it's instantly there for you. And also with children growing up right now, they're so used to technology that they won't go crazy if they see a physical book or something.
And lastly, will electronic books ever completely replace printed books in the future?
With the way we're going with technology, I think so. Because, like I said before, technology has made it so easy to access so many things. And so with electronic books, it can all be on the one device, so you don't have to have so many physical things. It's all in the one device, and it's easy to access in one touch of a button and everything. But it's a shame because it takes away that feeling of turning a page in a book and seeing what's there. You would lose that feeling with an electronic book.
Mm-hmm. This is the end of the IELTS speaking test simulation. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.